welcome to half an hour of gentle yoga. We're going to start with our feet hip width apart, tucking our tailbone under, drawing the core in, and we're just going to check in with our shoulders. We're going to bring them up towards our ears, then draw them in together and pull them back down. Just connecting how they're feeling this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, depending on what time you're doing this. And just check in, move them slowly. Shoulders carry a lot of tension. Maybe feeling this right now. We'll just go 2 more this way. Really try and pinch those blades in and open that heart space. And then we'll change directions. So now we're taking those shoulders around, rounding them up, pulling the scapula away. Two more. And then from there, we're going to come back to the center and shrug. So bring those shoulders up and then just exhale, let them drop down. Breathe in, lift, and then exhale, drop. Maybe a couple of deep breaths out of the mouth, so a real 3 more. And then from there, we're just going to allow the arms to swing forwards and backwards. Wiggle the fingers, the wrists. And then from there, just bringing them down to the sides. We're going to inhale. As we inhale, bring the arms up. Draw the hands together, the palms together, just above the head. And then just sort of lift that chest up. Squeeze the glutes to protect the lower back. And then just exhale really slowly, bringing those hands back to the heart space. So we inhale, reach up, lengthen. Big deep breath in. Chest lifting, squeezing the glutes, then exhale. Feeling an even weight between the balls and the heels of the feet. Inhale, upward salute, reach. Exhale. 3 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one, big deep breath. Exhale. Then this time as we inhale, bringing those hands back up, just take hold of that left wrist with that right hand and extend as much as you can as you inhale. Extend through the fingertips, the shoulders, activate the glutes to protect that lower back, hug the core. Then exhale, just allow the shoulders to soften, allow the soles of the feet to sink. Repeat this, 3 deep breaths. You could exhale either out through the mouth or through the nose. There's a lot of tension there, I'd say. Exhaling out of the mouth just helps release that a little more. Last one. Bring the hands back to the heart center. Soften the shoulders, looking in front. Inhale, rise up. This time, right hand takes hold of that left wrist. Extend with that inhale breath. Lengthen, lift, and then exhale. Let the shoulders soften, the feet soften. Keep the core active though. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more here. Keep that chin slightly tucked in towards that throat. Exhale. And then just release those arms, let them swing. Can be quite tense, a lot of tension in those shoulders. And then let's just cross those arms over. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then let's extend those arms out to the sides. Extend the fingertips as if we're trying to touch the wall either side of us. And then we'll just circle in those shoulders again. Really activate the core. And take some slow, steady breaths. 2 more. Changing direction. And then from there, just lengthening through those fingertips and then just release. Just let go. Just let those arms swing, let the elbows release. And then from there, we're going to inhale, bring those arms back up. And then we're going to glide, just going from the side to the side. So using our waist as if we're trying to touch the wall either side. Keep that tailbone tucked under. Let's bring in some breath. So we're lengthening through our torso, trying to keep those shoulders down. Anchor the feet into the floor. Keep those knees soft. Just a couple more. And then this time as we go over to that right, just release that right arm. This left arm can come up and over. Or if you prefer, you could just keep it on the side. Keep the heart space open and just take a couple of deep breaths. Inhale, bringing ourselves back up, lengthening. And then exhale, glide to that left, release the arm. Right arm can either come up, or you may just prefer to keep it down, keeping this chest, heart space open. Or you can reach up and over, fingertips to the temples, find what works for you. Keep the tailbone active, keep the heart space lifted. 2 deep breaths. Inhale to rise up, use that core to help bring you back to the centre. And then some easy twists now. But keep the length in the chest, or keep the chest open. Keep the length in your torso, keep the chin slightly tucked in. And just let these arms relax, elbows relax, wrap them around you. Let's increase the stance here, so take a wider stance, step out with those feet. Wrap those arms around your core, wiggle those fingers. And then let's place those hands on those hips and just do those circles, loosening up. One way, then the other. And then to that centre, just pushing those hips out, tucking the tailbone under, pulling that core back, and just tilting side to side. And then from there, coming back to the centre, inhale. Reaching up. Let's see if we can bring these arms above the head, interlock those hands, and then just support the back of the head. Elbows out wide, chin slightly tucked in. And we'll just do some twists from this upper body, keeping those hips still. Breathing in as we go over to that left and exhaling to the right. Two more. Back to that centre, releasing those arms, coming back down. We're going to bring our feet closer together now, so the balls of the feet, the big toes are touching, and then we're just going to anchor the balls of the feet into the ground and shift our weight into the balls of the feet. So we're tucking the tailbone under and we're just coming into the balls of the feet as much as we can. And if we can, we're just going to lift up and push up from the balls of the feet. And then from there, we're going to come back into the heels of the feet and really pull the core in, lift the toes, spread them, maybe look down, see if you can spread them a little more, and then come back into the balls of the feet, into those toes, and lift. Really reach up through those feet, through those ankles. Coming back into those heels, spread the balls of the feet. Spread those toes, sorry. And then one last time, come up. And let's stretch out these arms as well, bringing them up with us on the balls of the feet. Maybe we can lift that chest and look up towards the ceiling, pinching those shoulder blades in. And then we're going to exhale, slowly coming back down. Okay, from there we're going to start working with the spine. So as we exhale, we're going to really draw up that pubic bone, push the abdominal wall away, and start to flex, push this back. So we're really contracting the core, lifting up that sternum, take the shoulders wide. Now if the hamstrings lower back, feel this, let those knees flex, just let them flex. And then we're just going to hang here, coming as far as feels comfortable for us. We're not trying to touch our toes, we're trying to stretch out that spine. So let the shoulder blades go wide. And just allow yourself to feel, if it feels a little too intense, ease, come up a little. Maybe bend those knees a little bit more. But really anchor the balls and the heels of the feet, try and get an even weight there between the two. And then slowly with an inhale breath, we're going to come up from the base of the spine. So we're going to squeeze the glutes and start to come up slowly. And then when we've come to our sort of natural position for our spines, we're going to go the other way. So we're going to squeeze the glutes now and really draw those back muscles in towards each other, contracting them as we open up the front of the body, chest rising. Now, option with the neck, you could just focus on these collarbones lifting up and slightly tuck in the chin. Or if you want to, you can extend and take that head back. But listen, you know, if there's a lot of tension in your neck, it's probably wiser to just focus on lifting these collarbones, squeezing these glutes, keeping them active, keeping the weight even in the feet. But if we like to stretch out the throat neck, you can gently just take that head back. And then once again, starting from that lower back, squeeze the buttocks. Just bring yourself up slowly. And then we're just going to flow with this. So every exhale, flex that back. When we get to the end of that exhale, maybe just a little swaying side to side. Then as we inhale, keeping the core active, tucking the tailbone under, we come up vertebra by vertebra. Then we can exhale just to allow the shoulders to soften, coming into our position, our mountain pose, and then we can inhale, extend through that back, shoulder blades coming in. So take it slowly, bringing yourself back up with an inhale breath, exhale, flexing. Inhale to rise back up. Exhale to anchor, find your position. Inhale to extend, lengthen. Now when you're here, you can take an exhale just to draw that core back, pinch the shoulder blades in, feel the posture that little bit more, and then inhale, coming back to the center. Okay, so now we're going to exhale, we're going to flex this back, rounding, coming down, allowing those knees to soften if we need to. And we're going to extend and see if we can just come down that little bit further. So the tailbone can reach up, knees can flex, and we can allow these hands to maybe touch the floor. Maybe not quite, but just letting them be where they are, letting them sway. And then we're going to inhale, half lift. Now we're going to bring our hands over our knees so we can push the palms of our hands in. And then we're going to squeeze our buttocks and lengthen. Now, just be careful not to take the head back as we lengthen first of all. Tuck the tailbone under, lengthen through the back, and then drive the collarbones forward. And if you want to just to protect, just slightly tuck that chin in towards the neck. So we get a long lengthen back like a tabletop. And then we're going to exhale, flexing, pulling the abdominal wall back, feeling the pubic bone lift, and just allowing our spine to curve as much as it wants to today. And again, maybe just a little bit of rocking. Maybe those hands come down a little bit more, maybe not, really doesn't matter. What you want to do is just flex that back. And now we're going to inhale, hands over those knees again, squeeze those glutes. Now take it slowly, go with that spine. As you get to those shoulder blades, draw them in. As you get to the collarbones, draw them forward. And then just be mindful not to throw that head back. Just maybe slightly tuck the chin in towards the neck so we got that straight, even line. And then exhale again. Let the knees flex. And this time, hopefully the hands are coming to the floor. If they're still quite far off, bend those knees a little bit more. Let the abdominal wall rest on the thighs and then bring the hands down. Stepping one leg back, then the other, and then dropping those knees down slowly. From there, coming onto the tops of the feet and sitting back into our extended child pose. And just rocking from side to side. Just allowing the body to just gently sway, side to side. And then from there, we're going to slide the hands down. If we can, we're going to interlock. And from there, we're going to reach up as high as we can with those arms. So it really encourages the shoulder blades to pinch in. If you can, also draw them down away from those ears and then raise up through extended arms. Take 2 deep breaths here. If that feels a little too much, just keep the arms resting by the sides. Then exhale, just release those hands. If you can, just touch the soles of the feet with the fingertips and just push into the soles of the feet with those fingertips. Just connecting the hands with the feet. And again, maybe just rocking from side to side. And then from there, we're going to inhale, come up slowly, and we're going to come down onto our forearms. So forearms are coming down, knees under those hips, elbows under those shoulders. And then from there, we're going to have a little go at that flexion and extension of the spine. So cat-cow, Bitalanisana, Marjarasana. So our exhale is the same as when we were standing, but this time we try and anchor the tops of our feet as much as possible, giving those ankles a good stretch. Palms of the hands evenly spread down. And then as we exhale, we're going to draw that abdominal wall back. And just feel that spine arching up. Chin's going to tuck in and the crown of the head's going to go towards the floor. So we're anchored here. And we could rock from side to side. And then from there, we're going to come back, starting from the pelvis. And we're going to drop that belly down towards the floor. And then we're going to feel those shoulder blades come in. And we're going to drive our pectoral muscles, our sternum, as far forward as we can. So we start to look beyond the mat. Then from there, we're going to exhale, draw the abdominal wall back. Start to flex this back, round it up. Take it slowly, work with the breath. Try and make sure those elbows are under the shoulders. Try and make sure we move in the pelvis first. Think of creating that rainbow shape as you exhale. And then as you inhale, think of creating kind of U shape. Great little workout for those upper arms, also the core. Last one here. As you exhale and you drive that spine back, sink back, push back. Allow those arms to come back and then just go from side to side. And then from there, just inhale, lifting the head, looking towards your hands. Walk those fingertips away from the body as far as you can, but try and keep these buttocks down. Now, if your buttocks don't come down, just always aiming to drop them, releasing them back. So if we're here, this is fine. You can still work here, just don't let them come back. And then from there, we're going to come over to our left as far as we can. Still on those fingertips, looking. And then we're going to anchor the hands down. Take a big deep breath in, lengthening through the spine. Trying to keep that right side, opposing side, so don't let it lift up. Keep it in line with the left side, even if you've come off the heels. And just take that big inhale breath, lengthen, and then exhale. Allow yourself to sink down. Strong stretch here. And then take another deep breath whilst in this pose. Inhale to rise up, right up onto the tips of the fingers, bringing yourself back to the centre and just seeing if you can go that little bit further. And then exhale, just release the palms down, keep focusing, looking straight in front. And then inhale up, back up onto those fingers and right over to the other side, keeping that left down as much as you can. And then as you exhale, palms come down. And allow yourself to sink into the fold. Inhale, bringing ourselves back up. Hands coming back to that centre. Reaching again. Breathe in. And then exhale, lower and gently down. Inhale to bring ourselves back up onto all fours. Knees under those hips, wrists under those shoulders, and just circling. One way, then the other. Changing direction again. And one more time. And then from there, we're going to tuck the toes under to come on onto the balls of the feet and just walk these hands back a little. Now, if we can from here, we're going to just push up onto the balls of the feet and just allow ourselves to come into a hanging position. Okay, so what we're trying to do is gently bring the weight back into the balls of the feet and lift up from here, driving that tailbone up and bringing ourselves up slowly. If that feels a little too much, you can step a foot forward, bring the other foot to join slowly, and again, just surrender down into a fold. So whichever one feels better for you, take your time, breathe, and stay connected to your feet. And then allow your spine to flex. Allow the shoulders to come away from each other. And just take a few deep breaths in dangling pose. If you want to gently sway from side to side, you can. Maybe hold opposite elbows. And just take a few steady breaths. And then, keeping that spine flexed, we're going to exhale, pull the abdominal wall back, keep the shoulders out and wide. So we're really giving that back a stretch as we come up slowly. Keeping that chin tucked in, stacking each vertebra up, one at a time. And then we're going to come back as we started to those shoulder rolls. How are those shoulders feeling now? Hopefully a little looser as we go one way and then the other. And then those shrugs, breathing in and exhaling either out of the mouth or the nose, whichever gives you more release. 2 more. And then that wider stance, and then just circling in those hips. One way, then the other. And then back to the centre, bringing those arms up, and then some easy twists. Just wrapping those arms around the waist, wiggling those fingers, keeping that chin parallel to the floor. And then from there, bringing those feet back together, back to our mountain pose. That tailbone tucked under. And we're going to bring our hands together to the heart centre, thumbs towards the sternum. Pinch those shoulder blades in slightly. Just going to finish with 3 deep breaths. Inhale, bringing those hands above the head. And then exhale, big circle out. Hands back to the heart space. Really find your own rhythm here. Last one. Big deep breath. Big exhale. Bringing those hands back to the heart space. Thank you very much for joining me with Gentle Yoga today. Namaste.